read the title. For some reason, Iggy Azalea is a hypocrite, but I'm very strongly leaning towards he's just using it as a negative connotation and not using it in its proper context.
Carti a deadbeat dad. That's a problem though. Like we can't even draw that conclusion. Like we can't draw that conclusion. That's a reasonable conclusion to make from what she's saying, but it's
how the hell can you say we can't draw that conclusion, then you turn around and say it's a reasonable conclusion? I mean, if you cannot draw to something, then it's automatically not reasonable. Like, you know, it's like me saying, hey, you can't draw that I murdered my wife, but I'm telling you, it's a reasonable thing to jump to. It looks suspicious as fuck. And how the hell can he be a deadbeat when the baby's barely out the pussy? Like, come on. And this baby is fair as fuck. He doesn't look nothing like Carti. Maybe the baby will get darker over time, but this baby look fair as fuck. Like, you know, to tell you.
It's unfair to put that out there in this way without actually explaining the situation. And on top of that, remind you...
Why is this nigga stuttering so much? Is he that excited to fucking dick ride Carti? I mean, you could say I'm dick riding like Iggy Azalea. I'm not a personal fan of the music, but she got a coochie. Like, I'll dick ride the coochie. Like, straight up. I don't care. But, you know, straight up, what's up with this guy? This nigga stuttering Stan, nigga.
Guys, she literally told us over here, I don't do that shit. It always should stay between me and Carti. I'm not the type of person to push it out there. If you're not the type of person to push it out there, why would you go ahead and call and make people think he's a deadbeat dad?
He was about to say call, which she didn't, and make people think she's not a witch. People will jump to their own conclusions on the matter of whatever. Like, you know, just saying that you're on your own and that you're free and shit like that, which I meant last night was that I was raising my son alone and not in a relationship. So she's saying she's raising her son as a single parent. That doesn't mean he's a deadbeat. Now, preferably, maybe he should have maybe married a girl since he knocked her up. But that doesn't automatically conclude that he's a deadbeat. It's just that they're not raising their son in a relationship. Not that he's a deadbeat. You're not automatically a deadbeat because you stop fucking with the girl who you knocked up. Preferably you would marry the girl who you would knock up, but he didn't do that. But it doesn't automatically jump to the conclusion that he's a deadbeat.
Why would you do that? Now, thirdly, and this is the biggest thing out of all of it. This is the biggest thing out of all of it. Tell me.
Bigger than Carti's nuts in your mouth?
Tell me chat right now. Tell me chat right now. Tell me this right now.
Why the hell does this nigga have to say this 14 damn times? Does his audience have ADHD? Like, I know he's excited for some reason.
Playboi Carti ever respond to this? Tell me in the chat right now. Will we ever see a Playboi Carti response to this? Tell me right now. Turn up.
Alright, probably not. I mean, Playboi Carti is very sparse when it comes to the internet shit. And I would too. After that whole Meek Mill's trigger fingers, Twitter fingers over trigger fingers thing, it's not popular for hardcore rappers to respond on the internet. So I don't think he either doesn't care or his management knows that being a keyboard warrior won't help shit. But yeah, who cares?
Audio. Give me 1 second. Will Playboi Carti ever respond to this? Tell me in the chat right now. Will Playboi Carti ever respond to this? No. That is the biggest problem out of all of this. That is...
Okay. That's a problem made by him. If he doesn't care and he doesn't respond to people thinking he's a deadbeat, then either it doesn't affect him or he's learning how to deal with it. Just because it's like the nigga Tory Lanez. Niggas were talking about Tory Lanez not responding. Then when he does, they say that he's trying to make a concept album about gaslighting. He's gonna gaslight niggas. Gaslighting. all this pseudo psychology bullshit words just to make yourself look smarter. So even if like Carti responds, they're probably gonna say he's gaslighting or he's emotionally abusing her or he's leading her on, shit like that. But that's his problem. But if he keeps his mouth shut, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
The biggest problem out of all of this. That's literally the biggest problem out of all of this. She knows for a fact that Playboi Carti will never respond to this.
Okay.
And it's fun. It's fun.
Sound like a damn ape. But yeah, okay. So it's not gonna hurt Carti, or it's not gonna hurt him to an extent where he is going to respond to this. So why are you doing it?
In a sense to think that Playboi Carti will never respond to this, but she knows that Playboi Carti will never respond to this. She knows that Playboi Carti will never actually say what's going on, because know this, there are two sides to every story. You guys already know this.
Well, one side, if the other person who could tell his or her story just keeps his or her mouth shut. So one side. Well, actually three, if you go with the whole truth is at the side where nobody can really reach it, you know? So, yeah.
Like, you can't, in these situations, you can't even go at Playboi Carti, or you can't make assertions. We know...
Like, Carti's hitting this nigga's G-point, like, oh!
Man, I'm not trying to... What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not trying to stereotype every single girl to be like this, but we know that girl...
Damn, I like that it was in his mind that he's talking bad about one woman, so automatically his audience is so sexist, they're just gonna jump to the conclusion that 3 billion bitches are like this. Like, oh, that shows the type of people who watch your material.
Read into things too much. We know that girls sometimes present things in a certain way. Same.
And why the hell he's using girls instead of women? You know, girls. I mean, what, like, Iggy Azalea is like 26, 27. She's far from a girl at this point. She just had a baby.
We know how guys look at things certain ways. We know that guys may present things a certain way or lie to girls. Both those things aren't cool. But without two sides of the story, we will never know the full story. And the thing is...
or we'll have two lies. Because, of course, people's going to present the best of them in their story. Rarely would they self-incriminate themselves unless they do it on accident.
We will never see a Playboi Carti response to this. She knows that Playboi Carti will never see a response to this, so she's taken advantage of the fact that Playboi Carti will never respond to this, and because of that directly, the public opinions now is against Playboi Carti and will never stop being against Playboi Carti in regards to this instance, because she's...
Really? I mean, you think that this whole... Unless she keeps on, like, alluding throughout the years that Playboi Carti not fucking with his kid, which we don't know if that's his kid. We need a DNA test. Because that kid is pretty fair. It doesn't look anything like Playboi Carti. Maybe he'll get darker over the years, as I said, but that kid looked nothing like Playboi Carti.
Put out there that he's a deadbeat father and that he cheated on her. And without him ever responding to that situation, we will never know the truth. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, if he says that he didn't, there's still... He's not the be-all, end-all of the truth. If he said that he didn't cheat on her and he's not a deadbeat, that's not ultimately, like, proving anything at all. Like, that's just proving what we would know, that he would defend himself. Or if he come out and certifies what Iggy says, then it shows bad on him. So either way, it's like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right? I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it. Like, this actually pissed me off. Because like, I don't fuck with this shit at all. Especially celebrities as big as Iggy. Like, you can't just be putting your business out there like that. Like, you can't... Like, I'd expect it from some random... Like you know when Future... Like, when Future's baby mother puts her on baby mom problems, right? When Future's...
Well, wait, I get the whole idea that you wouldn't want anybody to, like, put their... information and business out, but what is it to where, like, somebody who's like a celebrity shouldn't put it out? I mean, if you're a celebrity, you're more likely to be protected since you have security, guard, you probably have tons of friends. You know, if a regular Joe puts out that their baby daddy ain't shit, they could be open to criticism, and, you know, baby daddy could retaliate, kill the shit out of them, you know, or, you know, they could be clowned. I mean, you have more of a social net when you actually have, like, you know, when you're a celebrity. So I don't really get that.
Baby bump problems. Like when Future's like, here we go. Like, you know, the shit that the Future does, like when it comes out that like, oh, like Future's got issues with his baby mothers, or his baby mother says he isn't taking care of the kid. That's a completely different scenario. You have to look at these situations completely differently.
Well, taking care of the kids, you know, since he has 7 of them. But, you know, it's hard to stretch out yourself with 7 kids by like 15 baby mamas or so. So it could get some claim towards it.
Like in these situations, these are random girls for the most part. They might be Instagram models, or they might be a little bit popping, but for the most part, they're random Instagram models. They're just popping on IG or something. They don't actually have a platform to mobilize, and that's part of the issue right here. Iggy actually has a platform
to mobilize. I mean, I don't think there's a crossover fan base between Iggy and Playboi Carti. Like, you know, so I don't think Carti's going to be looking at the Shade Room and seeing all Iggy fans just shit on him. And I don't think he would care. Like, but yeah, I mean, are you saying, is it like a punch-up scenario? Are you saying that the baby mamas could talk shit about you know, Future because their opinions are irrelevant, or they don't have enough people to actually, like, you know, affect Future? But, you know, Iggy, I mean, I don't think she's gonna go out and get some child support. I think she makes more than Playboi Carti. So yeah, Playboi Carti, he fucked up. Iggy gonna fuck around, send him to court, and then have to give Playboi Carti some money for child support.
To mobilize people against Carti, and that shit isn't cool when you think about the fact that Playboi Carti is never going to respond.
Okay.
That Playboi Carti is never going.
If he's never going to respond, then it's probably not affecting him that much. That's it. But whatever, you know, please leave a like on this video. You know, Iggy is a hypocrite because Playboi Carti is shy, I guess. I don't know.